All right, we're going to get started here with our media availabilities following qualifying for Sunday's Ticket Guardian 500. We are joined by Kyle Larson, who will start second in Sunday's race. He's the driver of the number 42 Credit One Bank Chevrolet. Kyle, why don't you just take us through your lap out there?
Our qualifying was good. It was a little bit different, compared to years past. With us qualifying about an hour and a half early or whatever today, which was nice. We didn't have the sun in our face down the front stretch, but the track was a lot slicker, it seemed, especially that first round. So we had to adjust on our car a little bit and adjust your driving style more compared to normal, which was fun to do. But yeah, it would have been nice to get the pole. I think this is probably by far my best track when it comes to qualifying. I still don't have a pole, but I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever qualified worse than 8th here. My 4 previous seasons. So. Like I said, it would have been nice to get the pole and you'll get that done. But we'll have a good car come Sunday, and hopefully you'll be in victory lane where it really matters.
All right, we'll open up to questions for Kyle. We'll start in the front with Reed.
Reed Spencer, NASCAR Wire Service. I heard you say outside that you really thought you had a really good shot this time. Did you feel like Truex's lap came out of nowhere pretty much?
I suppose, I guess a little bit. Anybody really in the top, I feel like in most tracks you go to, top 6 or 7 kind of have a shot at the pole when it comes to the final round. You just got to put your lap together. Everybody's so close, and lap time, a little flinch can be, half a tenth. So I guess I don't think it came out of nowhere, but I thought it'd kind of be me, Chase, or Bowman to get the pole. But obviously the 78 got it. So. But they're a great team, so I guess you can't ever be surprised by it.
Go to Jeff.
Jeff Gluck at jeffgluck.com. Are you worried at all about fans being able to report things on social media? Harvick seemed to infer that he thought his penalty was because of the pictures that were floating around on social media. Does that concern you for the future?
Social media is a part of life. We all have to accept it, I guess. So, it sucks that fans can point stuff in, because it seems like with golf, it seems like lately the last few years a lot of fans turn in, they slow-mo their own broadcast and show them that player maybe moved his ball in the wrong spot or whatever, and they get penalized, some strokes, which ends up hurting them in a big tournament or something. So, it kind of stinks that fans can do that, but social media has hurt a lot of things. So I guess we just all have to live with social media.
We'll go to Mike and then Wolfgang.
Have you had time this weekend to think about how you're going to attack the new restart zone in the fall?
Well, we're still restarting over here, so I'm more worried about the restarts through that corner right now. But no, myself and Hamlin and Stenhouse were kind of talking about it a little bit on the drive here this morning, and we all just think it's going to be pretty exciting. Honestly, I think it'll be interesting to see, but I feel like if you get a good launch, you could just, if you're on the inside lane, you can kind of just hang a hard left at the flag stand and you'll shortcut that little radius and be to their inside in 3 and 4. So you never know how it might work, but I think it's going to be interesting and exciting for sure with the restart zone being at that end now, or later this year.
Go to Wolfgang.
Carl, with this new car, with the new Camaro, is it difficult more to set it up compared to last year's car? Or
what's that?
Is it the new car? Is it more difficult to set it up compared to last year's car?
I hold the steering wheel. I don't worry about setups. But talking to my team, I know the Hendrick guys kind of been complaining about it a little bit, but our team just seems to be just as fast as we were last year. So I don't think there's anything different on our end. It doesn't drive one bit different to me than it did last year. So
you have no different feeling behind this?
It does not have a different feeling.
Okay, thank you.
It's the same chassis, same components. The body's just different.
And we'll finish up here with Lee.
Hey, Spencer. Do you feel like the car or that Ganassi hasn't struggled the way the Hendrick cars have because of the change? Because you only have 2 people, they have 4, and they've got new team members over there, and you guys have just kind of been status quo, so it enabled you kind of to pick up where you left off?
Yeah, I think being a 2-car team kind of helps in a lot of aspects. I don't know how their whole shop or 2 shops operates, so it's kind of hard to judge from the outside looking in. But from our team, it sounds like, only having 2 cars, when we design something, it's easier to get it to each of our cars. Where it's a 4-car team, it seems to take a little bit longer maybe to get new things put on race cars. So, but then there's also some disadvantages, of not having 4 cars and stuff like that. But I like being on a 2-car team, and I think our team has done a really good job at doing their homework over the past few seasons on the previous car and then our current car. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how they operate at Hendrick, so I just know our team does a really good job at our place.
All right, Kyle. Well, thanks for joining us. Good luck on Sunday.
Thanks.
And we are now joined by our pole winner for Sunday's Ticket Guardian 500, Martin Truex Jr., the driver of the number 78 5-Hour Energy Bass Pro Shops Toyota. Martin, this is your second pole here at ISM Raceway. Why don't you take us through your pole-winning lap out there?
Well, it was a good day overall for us. We've qualified okay here in the past, but we always just felt like we were missing a little bit of something in turns 3 and 4. So we really came here concentrating on trying to fix that, and had a game plan not only with the car setup, but kind of my driving style and what I needed to do to be better, and just worked on that throughout practice, and here we are. So just a really good job by everybody on our team for to understand what we need to do to be better and executing.
All right, we'll open up to questions from Martin. We'll start in the front with Reed.
Reed Spencer, NASCAR Wire Service. Was your game plan to save as much as you could for that final round, because it seemed like you really stepped up on that 3rd lap, or was it adjustments made in between the 2 rounds that accounted for the increase in speed?
I think it was a little bit of everything. I wouldn't say I held back that much the first 2 runs, but we really worked on our car in practice to try to be best on that 3rd run and understand what we needed to do with the car balance-wise throughout those 3 runs. And honestly, sometimes you just hit it right, and today it just all the stars lined up, and here we are. So like I said, it just so many little things come into play when you're talking about figuring out how to pick up a half a tenth or something at a racetrack. So just a lot of little things, a lot of little details that were done properly, and that's just what's so fun about our team. We work together so well. We can they can tell me I'm not driving right, and I can tell them they're not setting up the car right, and we meet in the middle, and things seem to more times than not work out. So that's a lot of fun. It's just it's neat to come to the racetrack and do those type of things together.
Additional questions from Martin? Go to Jeff in the middle.
Jeff Gluck from jeffgluck.com. Martin, this week it seemed like social media got Kevin Harvick.
How did I know you were going to ask me that?
Good guess. What do you think about that possible trend? Is that a good thing for NASCAR? Does that concern you for the future?
Yeah, I don't know. I think everybody's going to have an opinion on it. Certainly Twitter especially is a huge knee-jerk reaction, just not only from people reacting to it, but just talk on there in general. It's everybody's thoughts as they're pissed off or fired up about something, their initial thoughts, and they can say them to the world. So I think you have to understand how to take those comments and those kind of things that come out. I don't know, how all this stuff is going to change in the future or not change. But I think right now NASCAR is kind of in a tough spot, having to police certain things, as we've seen in the past week. So I don't know. I mean, I'll leave it up to them. They're, seem to be doing an okay job with it. But, social media is pretty crazy in general.
We'll go to Wolfgang in the back.
Martin, congratulations first for the pole.
Thank you.
You raced here twice for many years. In principle, can you use the setup from the previous race, or you're just starting with 0 again when you're coming here all the time again?
I would say that from year to year, you kind of work around the same type of setup if you've run good. If you didn't run good last time, you're obviously going to, change it up totally. But I think if you consistently run good, you kind of stick with the same basic thoughts and kind of tweak things from there based on, you know, the tire difference, the track changing a little bit, the weather conditions, the rules that we're dealing with, and the way that affects the balance of the race car. So I'd say use a similar thought process, especially if you've been successful, but you definitely make quite a bit of changes and tweaks here and there to try to optimize everything.
Any additional questions for our poll winner? All right, Martin, thanks for joining us.
Thank
Good luck
you.
on Sunday.
Thank you.